Hey everyone, it is the Nature Man, and thanks for tuning in to another Natureman Adventures. And today I want to show you this setup with the mesh tent from OneTigris with my Aquaquest tarp. I've been out here for a while trying to figure this out. I received some advice from a subscriber, and he suggested that I just use the Ridgeline for the tent and the tarp and using prusset knots. So let me show you what I did. Alright, so what I did is I set up a ridge line between two trees, and I'm using a combination of carabiners and prusset knots in order to tighten the tarp and the tent onto the one line. So as you can see, the line is bending down a little bit because of the pressure, but what I did is I attached the carabiner to this loop and then the prusset knot, pulled the tension to the guy line here, and I did the same thing under here as I have a small carabiner attached to these loops, and then a prusset knot over here, creating the tension, and that's pulling this out to give the top of the tent its shape, and of course it's staked down on the bottom. So currently I have the tarp in porch mode, and I'm using my trekking poles with a line to the stake to add the tension to keep it in porch mode. But if I need to drop it down, I can make it more of an A-frame, and as long as the tarp is down low enough to reach where the bathtub floor is on the tent, if there was any driving rain coming from the front side, it should prevent it from coming in. Now the big question is, how do you solve the problem with the sides of the tent? So I think one of the solutions to that would be taking this loop and then the other loop down there past the middle point, in using those with my carabiner and prusset knot, and having this corner from here to that first loop coming down at an angle like this. Now that would provide a little bit of rain coverage from here, whatever the distance is from there to there, any driving rain coming from that side. Obviously it's not going to cover the full tent, but it would hopefully shed some of the rain from coming inside. Again, there's no guarantee that that work, but that's the thought process behind it. Now ideally this is a 10 by 10 tarp, and a bigger top, maybe a 13 by 10, would offer a better coverage coming down from the sides. So that's something that you might want to consider if you're doing a setup with a mesh tent like this one from OneTigris. Now, as I mentioned before, I've had a lot of people commenting and asking me questions on how to set up the tarp with this tent, and finally getting out here on a pretty decent day. It's about 70-ish, 75 degrees today. It's not raining, which is a good thing, because I like to try these things out when it's not raining, so when it does rain, at least I've got it set up. I know how it works. So there you go, folks. Just a quick video to show you this mesh tent setup with the tarp. Obviously there's room for improvement for any setup that you do. The point is to get out there and try things out, test out your skills, test out everything that you know, and try to see what works. Okay, that's my advice. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch up with you very soon. Remember to enjoy every moment of life and get dirty with nature.